Welcome back, everybody, to this new year. We are playing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm here with Wilson.
Hi.
I wanted to play this because our buddy Broadshow just is coming back now from a grand trip to Florida where he visited Universal Studios, he saw Jaws, he went to Disneyland.
He went around the world.
He did everything. He probably went to
He saw
Epcot.
a little wizard boy.
He did go to Diagon Alley, and I saw the pictures and things that he posted on
Well,
Facebook.
good for him.
I don't know. I don't know if he got a wand, but he definitely saw a couple frogs in windows that he gave some taps on the glass to.
Oh boy, all kinds of adventures for and Eric.
So yeah, I was wanting to get his take on Harry Potter, the world he went to. So we're gonna just be playing a little bit of Sorcerer's Stone, or this one's called Philosopher's Stone. And this is really bizarre because these kids are frightening me.
These three characters are okay, but there was a boy at the front of one of those boats who really did something for me. His polygons just fit the right way.
Yeah, he's got that deer in the headlights. Oh, there he is again.
There he is.
Oh, jeez, camera.
Oh, I like his hat.
Come on, Harry. We'd better follow Percy up to the Gryffindor common room.
Keep up, please, and follow me. Quickly now, come on.
I can't really tell. Is this Rupert Grint? Is this Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson?
Emma Watson? No, I don't think so. Let me just.
Whoa. That music really just kicked in there.
Yep.
It sounds like the Force theme. You'll be a Jedi soon, boy.
Oh, and keep an eye on the
Doubletree.
like to change.
The staircases like to change.
Change into what?
Hello.
Don't mind me.
I'm going to creep by you. I'm not fooling anybody. Okay, let's go.
Now I can't hear it at all.
So, what's your have you followed any of the Harry Potter lore or movies or books?
What do you mean?
Do you get down with the HP? The HPP?
I mean, sure. I used to be more excited about it when the books were being published, but
Quickly now, come on.
Because recently they had their 20th anniversary.
wow.
They did a special on, I think it was HBO, where the cast
Yeah.
got together and they just talked about
hmm
the movies. Peeves, oh boy.
I don't even know that I read like the last two books.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
So what?
Harry Potter's
tell me about
okay.
it. Tell me about it. Tell me your history with Harry Potter.
Well, I think I first found out about it because my dad one night was just like, "Hey guys, a patient told me about this new book that she read that was really good. It's called Harry Potter," and he didn't have the book. He just told us about it.
Your dad
So
said
all I
that?
pictured, yeah, he said it's about this little boy who is an orphan, and then he grows up to be a wizard or something like that. And I just pictured
love
like
dad
a little
explanations. That's great.
a little shivering boy in a loincloth next to a large clay pot.
Oh god.
That's all I imagined. I was like, I don't think I want to read that.
I love that take on it.
And it wasn't until like a few weeks later or a month or two later that we got a copy of the book and started reading it. I was like, okay, I obviously had a very different like snap mental image in my mind, and then we would read them around the table at dinner as a family and stuff. And I think we did that for 3 or 4 books, but
Gotcha.
it's all right. I mean, I don't. The movies are fun. I'm not crazy about it. Like, I think I've taken the house test 2 or 3 times, and I've gotten different results every time. So I don't even know what I am. And like,
You're
I
a
don't
muggle,
know
dude. You're just a
that
muggle.
much.
Chill.
Sure, I don't care.
Yeah, I
Why would I be upset about being what I am?
exactly.
I'm already a muggle.
That's what I love about like how weird of a like world it is, because if you think about it now in retrospect, like, oh, so you have a word for people who are non-magic, which is like the majority of the world. So like, why are you being prejudiced against people that don't do magic by calling them a specific like slur? It's like, what kind
Yeah,
of
well,
inclusion is this?
I, ge- I don't know why it's like the word that it is, because it would be really clunky to just say like, oh, this non-magic person, non-magic people, whatever. That's a
Yeah,
mouthful.
yeah, that's very.
But why does it have to be muggle?
Why does it have to be muggle? Because it sounds like it's something really gross.
It sounds like something a child would say.
Yeah, muggle. You're a
It doesn't sound
muggle.
like an adult sat down and decided, here's a list of words that we're going to use for people who don't use magic. Let's choose muggle.
Yeah, I'm pretty well versed in the lore. I mean, I get into it a little bit more than I think I
I
should.
understand. Like I know all the basics. I just if you asked me like historically in Harry Potter what fucking wizard did what, I don't know and I don't give a shit.
Right.
I really only care about this little boy and his scar.
I like the
And
themes of it. I do like. I like some of the really dark and twisted themes and the things you can derive out of it that the author didn't intend really, but if you read the subtext, like it would fit the world really well. And the only thing
I
I mean, for an example, there's like prophecies of like this kid where he was basically scarred. That scar on his head is basically marking him as an equal to like the most powerful evil wizard, right?
because his mama loves him.
Because his mom loved him and it rebounded, and then part of Voldemort got attached to this little boy.
And then Rafe finds was on the back of that man's head.
That's right. Oh, hello. Hey,
Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Don't
but
you look at that boy?
but yeah, like there's little things you can read into, like, okay, so if that means he marked him as his equal, like he has the same amount of powers, they have this weird connection to each other, and
A wizard card.
it's all like tied up in a nice bow.
I just
Huddlebird waffling.
I don't know that I like J.K. Rowling very much. Like a lot, I think as an author she's all right, and I understand that this series was like a worldwide phenomenon.
Right.
But I reading Harry Potter and the Cursed Child really left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Where I was like, wow, that
I
I
actually
don't know
haven't
why
even read
that was written,
I haven't even
and I
read that.
don't know who thought it was a good idea to publish that.
I don't even know. I know some bits about it, but I never read it. But I know that it is a continuation of the story, but like 10 years later or something like that.
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's, oh gosh, no, it's like 20 years later or something. And it's about Ron and Hermione, and it's about their children going to Hogwarts.
Right, and they're trying to like fix something by going back in time or
Yeah,
something.
a lot of stuff happens for
But it's written
basically,
as a play. Like you read it as a play.
yeah. They did release a version, I think, that's just like a book. They formatted it like a book, but it's the same story.
Suck it, punk.
Pig snout.
Locomotor mortis.
Nope. Not today, punk.
Locomoto Motus. Oh, yeah, get him, Snake.
I'm out of here.
Who's trying to catch you?
One of the prefect dudes. He's like a
Oh, a
he's
prefect.
he's like a guard.
Welcome to our shop. Feel free to browse our extensive range of wizard weezers.
Feel free to browse our extensive range of wizard weezers.
Reasonable rates in the only currency universally accepted throughout Hogwarts. Bertie Bott's every flavor bean.
Oh, you gotta get those birdie bots.
Gotta get the birdie bots, dude.
As a special bonus,
Do you remember that? Do you remember that huge craze when those first came out?
I do.
And
I only tried a
people's
few
minds
of
were
them.
blown.
but then you haven't put your hand
People could not believe that you could make a jelly bean that wasn't like normal jelly bean
That
flavor.
didn't taste good. Yeah.
How much is the Edgar Struger card?
It'll cost 30 beans.
So many
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
classrooms were
Oh, yeah.
disrupted by children gathering around in a circle, distributing beans to each other and just watching. Like, eat this one. Everybody just watches the face.
We got Stephen Fry actually doing some narration here.
I noticed that earlier. I noticed the narration, and I thought the voice sounded familiar.
Why don't you come back when you have some Bertie Bott's every flavor beans?
Come back.
How
we got
much
some
do you
beans.
think that narration keeps up? Because they didn't make, or maybe they did. Shit, did they make like video games for the last like books or movies in the series?
Yes, but they got bad as they went along. Like the only good ones I think are like the first 3, because they're more puzzle like platformers.
They're more like fun adventure children's games than like
yeah, the later ones,
dour like war.
the later ones were like Gears of War cover shooters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really bad.
It's been a long day.
I just can't imagine that Stephen Fry narration kept up with the cover shooting.
Yeah, Harry ducked
Gameplay.
behind a pile of
Harry
bones.
ducked behind the small cement wall.
Started rapidly firing his flipendo.
I mean, that would make the game better, in my opinion.
If he was narrating it, oh hell yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
totally down with Stephen Fry narrating some like hardcore action. But for this, we ended our first night in Hogwarts, and we're going to be going to our first class. So we'll be back in our next episode.
I don't care, Tyler.
You're going to have to care. I'm going to make.
I'm more here for the feeling,
good
for the ambiance, the
Good.
magical, wonderful times.
Hey,
Than
I knew what I was getting
subject
into.
matter.
I knew what I was getting into when I said we're going to play Harry Potter. I knew exactly the attitudes I was going to be dealing with. But we'll be back